Isn't this pattern nice? You might be wondering how to make this type of pattern in Java. So we have got it covered up in this video. So hello everyone, I am Purbain and in today's video we are going to learn how to make this type of pattern in Java. So let's get started. So we will open BlueJ. So here I am making this provision in this program that the user may be able to give the input that how big he will make his triangle. So for that we need to take input from the user, so we will use scanner class. So first of all I will import java.util.scanner. Then we will create an object of the scanner class. Now I will display the message at the console to ask value from the user. Now here I am giving the number of lines, since by giving the number of lines only we can decide how big our triangle will be. This will be much more clear when you see the program as a whole, then you will understand what I am trying to say. Now I will make a variable of type int and store the number of lines as given by the user. I have used the nextInt function since the value given by the user will be int. Now for making our triangle we need to use nested loop. So let us understand the logic behind this program. So we are going to use nested loops and we will have one outer loop and two inner loops. Now the outer loop is responsible for controlling the rows and the inner loops will control this triangle and this triangle. Now let us see how. Here we have taken the value of n from the user. N means number of lines, so say n is 5. Yes, and then our outer loop counter variable, suppose it is I. Our two inner loops will have two counter variables. So let the first counter variable, that is the counter variable of the loop, which will print this blank triangle made up of spaces, let it be j, and the counter variable for this pattern, let it be k. Okay, so we will start from 1. Now when I is equals to 1, since I is representing the rows, condition should be such that now the user is giving number of lines, so that number of lines should be the number of lines occupied by the pattern. So I is less than equals to 5, means it will allow to print the rows till it get the value of 5, that is it will print 5 lines. Here it is printing 1 space and 5 asterisk, 2 space and 4 asterisk. In the same way it will do the same for 5 times, 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time and 5 times. So this is the work of the outer loop. Now 1 is less than equals to 5, so it will come inside. Now we need to print the blank space so that we can print this pattern. So to print the blank space we will need to create the condition in the first inner loop. Say j is equals to 1. Now the condition is j is less than equals to 1. Why? Because j is less than equals to I means it is true, then it will print a blank space. When j is incremented by 1, it will become 2. It is neither less than 1 nor equal to 1. So the condition will get falsified and then it will move on to the next loop. Now the next loop it will print 5 asterisks here. So our value of k should also start with the value of n. Why? Because see, n represents the number of lines, but you must have observed till now that number of lines of the triangle is equal to the number of stars that is printed at the first line of the pattern. So k should also be equal to n. So this is the first. Now the condition should be k is greater than or equal to I. Why? Because I is equals to 1, it is first line, and k equals to 5, and we will give the decrement of k minus minus at each iteration. So what will happen? Ultimately we will observe it will go from 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. So when it is 5 it will print this star. When it is decremented to 4 it will print this star. Why? Because condition is still true. K is greater than equals to I. I is 1. That means 4 is greater than equal to 1. True. 3 is greater than equal to 1. True. 2 is greater than equal to 1. True. And 1 is greater than equal to 1. It is also true. So the number of time it gets true, it prints the star. Yes. So if we observe, the outer loop has completed execution of both the inner loops. Now it will return to the outer loop only, and it will be increasing i's value to 2 because we will give it one increment. Now it is 2, so it will again enter the inner loop and j will again start from 1. Now the condition is j is less than equals to I, so 1 is less than equals to 2. It will be executed 2 times. That's why here 2 blank spaces will be printed. Now after printing 2 blank spaces, our j will become 3 because every step it is getting added by 1. So first it was 1, condition was true, so it printed this space. Then it became 2, this condition also fulfilled. When it becomes 3, the condition is not fulfilled, so it does not enter the body of the first inner loop only, and then it moves on to the next inner loop. Next inner loop again k starts from 5, but this time I is equals to 2. So since we have given the condition k is greater than equal to I, this time I has become 2. It means that 5 is greater than equals to 2. We again start from 5. Okay, one step completed since one star is printed. Then decreases the value to 4. Now 4 is still greater than equals to 2. Condition is true. Again star is printed. Then value is decremented to 3. The value of k is decremented to 3. Okay. Then still 3 is greater than equal to 2. It is also true. So it again prints the star. And finally it decrements to 2. Okay. Then when it is 2, still it is true because 2 is greater than equal to 2. This condition is still satisfied. Okay. So it will again print a star. But when it becomes 1, when the value of k becomes 1, 1 is not greater than 2 and it is also not equal to 2. So the condition is falsified. So only 4 stars will be printed here. And hence the second iteration of the outer loop, meaning I, is completed. Okay. Now moving on to the next line. This time I plus plus, so I becomes 3. Now 3, okay, 3 is less than equals to 5. Condition is true. Enters j equals to 1. Now 1 is less than equals to 3. Executed 3 times. So 3 times condition is true. 3 blank spaces are printed. The time it becomes 4, condition is falsified since 4 is not less than equals to 3. So it goes to next inner loop, k equals to 5. 5 is greater than equals to 3. So it will print when the value of k is 5, then k's value reduced to 4, still condition true, and a star would be printed. And then finally 3, i's value is 3, but still as 3 is equals to 3, that is k's value is 3 because it is decremented by 2 points, one here and one here, so it has become 3, and i's value is also 3, so it will print this star also. But the moment it becomes 2, then the compiler will understand the condition is not true now, it has become false, so it will move on to the next iteration, that is it will again jump to the this to increment I to 4. In the same way this line will also be printed, this line will also be printed. So this is the whole logic which is working behind. Now moving on to our program. Okay, so here we will type for, it is our outer loop, int I is equals to 1, I is less than equals to n. Okay, this time I explained with 5, but user can give any value, so the size of the triangle will also depend on that. Okay, and increment it by 1 at each step. Once a step is completed, increment I by 1. Now the inner loop for, and here we are working now for this triangle. Okay, so int j is equals to 1, j is less than equals to I. Okay, and then j plus plus. So when the condition is satisfied, it should print a blank space. So system dot out dot print, and here we will print a blank space. Now notice that I am writing here print dot print, not print ln. If you give here the word print ln, then what will happen? It will print this space and it will go to the next line. It will not continue to generate stars here. What is the solution? Use print, because it will print and move on to the next square here. Okay, make the next loop. Next loop is required to print this, the star system. Int k is equals to n. That time I took 5, but here n, because user can give any value. Then k is greater than equals to I. Okay, and k minus minus means decrement of k after completion of each and every iteration of this inner loop. Similarly, in this inner loop, after each completion of step, there is increment by 1 of the value of j. Okay, now we have to print the star. Now star has been done, but still a thing is left. See, after completing one line, you have to move to the next line, na? Because we are not giving println in any of this statement. So if you do not give a println, what will the compiler do? It will print the two spaces here from here itself, and the pattern will be disturbed. So don't forget to add this system.out.println at the completion of the two inner loop. So here the program is completed. You can see I have paused here. Now we will compile it and close, and then execute. For example, I am giving the same 5 value so that you can see here the same result. See, here the same pattern is generated, and first here a blank space is generated, and then this whole pattern. So this is how you can make this nice pattern very easily in Java. You can also try making this pattern and also this very beautiful diamond pattern in Java. It is very beautiful also and very important for ICSE students and also those who are studying Java, since it needs logic and it needs to be planned well before making. I would really like you to solve this pattern in Java and mail me your answer at techpurban@gmail.com. Also, you can try making this diamond pattern. For any suggestions in improvement of my videos, you are free to suggest me at my Gmail ID techpurban@gmail.com, or you can even drop your suggestion in the comments. So we will again meet in a new video very soon. I hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to share, like and subscribe to my channel. It motivates us a lot. Thanks for watching.